Hey guys. So I told a bunch of people that I would record the hello song that we do in groups, just so that you can see how I play it, so that when you're practicing, you have something to base what you're doing on. So I'm just going to play through the first verse, and then I'm going to change the angle of the camera so that you can see what my hand is doing. The strum pattern for this song is down, down, up, down, up. And this is a pretty standard strumming pattern. It's used with lots of other songs. So if you can get this down, then you should be good to go for a lot of other stuff. All right. Everyone is here and it's time to say hello. Everybody's here and it's time to say hello. Hello, hello, hello. Everybody's here and it's time to say hello, yeah. Everybody's here and it's time to say hello. Well, hello, hello, well, hello, 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 well, hello, 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 hello. Okay. So, a couple of notes about the song is that when you say everybody's here and it's time to say hello, you can repeat that verse a couple of times so that they get the idea that when you say everybody's here and it's time to say, they will know that they're supposed to say hello. And the way that you cue them to do this is you say everybody's here and it's time to say hello, maybe for one verse, and then for the next verse, you say everybody's here and it's time to say, and then give them a cue either with a hand of yours or with both hands. Stop playing the guitar for a second and just, make it known that that's what they're supposed to do. So that by the time you speak to individuals and you say, Meredith is here and it's time to say, she'll know that she's supposed to say hello. And it's not always going to work, but it sometimes helps for them to know that that's what they're supposed to be doing. And make sure that before you speak to an individual that you have their eye contact before you start singing to them. That's really important, because if they're not engaged when you're singing to them, then they're not going to be engaged, and they're not going to know that they're supposed to say hello because they don't know you're talking to them. At the end of the song, when we say hello, 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 in supervision time, when we talk about that, and we talk about how the physical cues are really important so that they know when you're going to stop, or at least when the song is ending. We'll talk. We talk about that in supervision time, but what we don't often talk about is when you're playing those extended chords, the little rumble. Make sure that you're looking around to make sure that people are engaged. And if they're not looking at you, they're probably not going to be able to tell that you're going to stop. And so maybe do it a little longer, just sort of like extend it, because if they notice that there's something funny going on, they'll look up and they'll see what's happening, and they'll get the idea. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll flip the camera down to my hand so you can see the strumming pattern. Okay. So down, down, up, down, up. For those of you who are not comfortable with this strumming pattern, sometimes it's nice to just put your hand not on the strings, but right in front of the strings, and just go up, down, because that's basically what your hand is going to be doing, even when you're just strumming on some of those notes or some of those beats. So down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, that people do is you go down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. But when you go down, down, up, if you need to go up again, you're going to need to have your hand down here so you can go up again. So if you just keep having your hand be in this motion like this, then it'll eventually feel comfortable and you'll be okay with the strumming pattern. So down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down. Okay, so there are many other strumming patterns that you can use in the Hello song, actually, and in lots of other songs. But this strumming pattern that we're talking about today is probably the most used one in the older songs, at least in my experience. And so, and it's easy to just go and skip parts of the strumming pattern. It's easier to do that than to create a whole other thing. When you're leaving space in the strumming patterns, it also will allow people a chance to be able to hear your voice if you're not particularly loud. And it'll give them a chance to hear what they're doing, whether it's singing or playing a drum or a tambourine or something like that. So the last thing is that when you're singing, everybody's here and it's time to say hello. And we talk about this a little bit in supervision, that you say, everybody's here and it's time to say hello. You only do the full strumming when you're not saying anything, because if you try to speak over yourself playing the guitar, if you can hear me right now, that's pretty amazing, but you're not going to be able to be heard as well. So if you do this and you're talking, even if you just keep it the same volume, you're going to be able to be heard much better. So anyway, I hope that helped, that little example I just gave. So anyway, I hope that this helps, and if you have any other questions, you can email me. But I'm going to try to actually put some of the songs that we use up here too in the coming weeks. The only problem is that right now I don't have wireless internet, so we're going to have to talk about that stuff more in person. But anyway, so I hope that helped. And if you have any questions about what you see, and if you think that I could do it better, then please let me know, and I'll redo it. Okay? All right. Thanks, guys.